Hey, we're back once again. It's the Shortcut Live. It's your daily video show straight from New York with these guys. I'm still in San Francisco, at least for one more day, doing Super Bowl Media Week. The Super Bowl is on Sunday, and that's one of the topics that we're talking about in consumer technology. We are the #1 consumer tech site on Substack, doing a live stream daily. Every day we're here. What is this, episode 17, 18? We're on 18, guys.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
It's crazy how we're just like, we just keep this whole thing plugging along. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like we just started this. We're already on 18. It's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's growing. We're streaming on X. We're streaming on Substack, Instagram, YouTube, you name it. Eventually, we'll set up a Twitch, but more coming soon. Now we have an Instagram, the Shortcut Live at Instagram, right, Max?
Shortcut, yeah. If you go to at the Shortcut Live on Instagram and TikTok, we'll be uploading clips and stuff like that from each episode every single day. So make sure you follow us there.
Absolutely. And Kevin is here. We're talking about Super Bowl watching tips. So we went over, yesterday was about the Sony headset, which was really, really cool that they're using on the sidelines. We got to preview that, test out all the equipment. It got our thumbs up. But now we're talking about Super Bowl watching tips to watch it in 4K, get a better picture. And we have our first guest. It's Caleb Denison, who is now independent, running CalebRated as a Substack and a YouTube channel. So we got to check it out. But Caleb, let's welcome Caleb to the show if we can. And let's talk about Super Bowl tips.
Caleb, how are you?
What's up, Caleb?
Good
to see you, buddy.
All
right.
I am sorry that I did not get the blazer memo, and so I'm not rocking the blazer as I should. Apologies. I can go get one really quick if you need me to, but
you know what? You look good at all times, so never a problem. We're just trying to match your style and level on a normal day. So
that's right.
Okay. Thanks, Matt.
Yeah.
I know that's not true,
no
but
worries.
thank you for trying to make me believe that for a second.
So the Super Bowl is coming up. I am in San Francisco for that right now, and we're like, who can give us the best tips? You're now independent. I kind of want to, just get a preview of your journey and what you've been doing in the past and what your Substack is all about. And you're also on YouTube. Give us that, the shortcut skinny, as we call it.
Well, this will be my first shortcut skinny, so I hope I get it right. I used to work for a large media publication, once large media publication, and I got a lot of great opportunities through that. It was fantastic, but at a certain point, I realized, you know what? I don't own a single thing I'm making. And I started thinking, I'm getting on in years and I'm starting to think about, like, what am I leaving behind? What's my legacy? What do I own in this world? And I realized not much. And I thought, you know what? I should be able to do that. And I kind of want to do things a little bit differently. I've done it somebody else's way for about 15 years. I'd like to do it my way. And so I went out on my own. A decision which was not very well received by those who formerly employed me. There were lawsuits, and it unfortunately turned into 5 months worth of downtime, during which I did a lot of self-reflection. And during that self-reflecting time, I realized, nope, this is definitely the right decision for me. So it took a little bit longer than I wanted to get things up and running, but here we are. It is a thrill to be running my own media publication with eyes on supporting others and their video and print journalism ambitions. I'm new to Substack, but honestly, you guys are the inspiration for that. That is not me just glowing you up. That's that's the facts. I think that it's a wonderful platform and where I want to be with readable versions of the reporting and the stories that I'm doing. And as well as video options. And so I'm just getting started there. I actually just kind of started during CES, actively getting some of the stuff that I was doing there posted on the Substack. But here we are. We're about to head into TV review season in a month or two, and I've just moved into a new studio space that I'm actively setting up. We're almost done with that. So I'm feeling really good going into 2026. And of course, this is a particularly fun part of the year. One of the opportunities that I got to take advantage of, gosh, I guess it's been 3 years now, was I got to go to the Super Bowl and as a guest of Fox Sports. And I was embedded with the Fox Sports team, both at South Beach, Miami, but also in Fort Lauderdale, where they actually had the Super Bowl. And so I got to attend the event. I got to watch them set up and tear down the halftime show, like all of it. Absolutely brilliant. But the best part of it was I got to go behind the scenes. I was in the broadcast trucks, and I learned a lot about how they what kind of cameras they use, how they get the signal back to the truck, why they don't do native 4K broadcasting, how HDR is implemented, and then after that, how they get it out to everybody else, why ESPN on cable is still 720p, even though we can get 4K HDR sometimes for different sports events. I learned about all of that stuff. Next thing I know, I'm talking to local broadcasters and learning about ATSC 3.0 and what that means for the rabbit ears and what you can get over the air for free. And man, what a rabbit hole that is. But I think we can condense and distill it down to some actually helpful advice when it comes to enjoying the superb owl this year.
Yeah, no, I appreciate the origin story and where you're headed in the future. You and I have taken similar paths in terms of working for much larger employers, larger media companies, and then going out on our own and owning a slice of or all of that content. And it's great to be independent and great to see you successfully go independent. I know, unlike me, there were some hiccups for you in terms of making that journey, but you're there, and there's a lot of loyalty to CalebRated, which is the YouTube channel. And is that your main platform, and also Instagram?
Yeah, YouTube is the primary platform, and has been for a while. I do post on Instagram. I'm not actively trying to monetize my work on Instagram. Like I could do better at Instagram, honestly. And
Well, we love it.
It turns out that the only thing TikTok wants to see out of me are fake weather reports, where I basically do like these spoof tongue-in-cheek weather reports, fake news, like actual fake news, where I'm faking news reports, not the kind of fake news that we hate, but the kind that we like. Apparently, that's all TikTok cares about. Millions of views for that stuff. 200 views on the hottest new TV. I haven't cracked the TikTok code, and it may be that I am just too old for TikTok and I am not allowed there. That's entirely possible too. But yeah, YouTube, to answer your question directly, and digress a little bit. YouTube's the primary platform. And then, we kind of chop stuff up and segment it out from there as we can.
Great. Yeah. So everybody should subscribe to CalebRated. It is actually a great name because it's a play on calibrated. And I looked at it the first time. I was, what is this? And then it made a lot of sense. Love a good pun. So yeah, go follow CalebRated.
And before you buy it, check out if Caleb rated it. Could have been a good rating or a bad rating.
There you go. I love it.
Sorry.
No, you're good. We love a good sound effect. Yeah. So coming up to Super Bowl, right? It's Sunday. It's not too late to, order some rabbit ears, but I find the streaming capabilities, like last year, Tubi, which when Fox broadcast the Super Bowl, looked better than the rabbit ears version of what's out there right now. Mostly because I had a brilliant, huge TV, the TCL QM 8K, which is not 8K, it's just the model number. But it's a 4K TV. At that size, the rabbit ears do nothing because they kind of stop investing in it, at least in New York City where I'm at, and it's 1080i stretched out. All of a sudden, Tubi looked a lot better to watch the game. What are some of your tips for people who are exploring options to watch the game to get that, full HDR effect? What's the best platform? Is it Peacock this year? Is it NBC? How should we watch the game?
Great question. Let's start with the whole doing it over the air thing. If that's your only option, then do it, right? Over the air with rabbit ears is free and available to a lot of folks who may not necessarily have the internet bandwidth to stream. And if they're not a cable subscriber or a satellite subscriber, that may be the only option. Unfortunately, it has become the least desirable option, at least from a a picture quality standpoint. As you pointed out, most local broadcast affiliates put it out in 1080i. And effectively that's the same as 720p resolution when you break it right down. It's just that it's 1080 lines of resolution. You get half at once and half in the next frame, and it looks like a normal picture to you. But in general, your frame rate's cut in half. Sports is fast motion stuff, and so you don't want to cut your frame rate in half. At any rate, it used to be that broadcast was one of the better looking options because the bit depth was good and the color was better. But things have progressed a lot for streaming lately. I do want to say that streaming would be my preferred method, although it does tend to be a little bit behind other watching methods. So I did a test and I checked out DirecTV, Comcast, Tubi, YouTube TV, as and then over-the-air broadcast. So 5 different watching methods, and I looked at all of them last year. And the streaming YouTube TV and Tubi were quite a bit behind DirecTV and Comcast Xfinity. So if like not hearing your neighbors cheer the big moment that just happened, like a solid 4 to 7 seconds before you get to see what happened, is a problem for you. And I get if it is, then your choice may want to pick the more timely signal over the better picture quality. Now, as far as picture quality goes, big events like this are captured in 1080p and professionally upscaled to 4K, and you will get 4K HDR from just about everybody this year. DirecTV, Dish Network, Comcast, Xfinity, or your local cable provider, if that's Spectrum or what have you. Chances are you're going to get it in 4K HDR, and it's going to look great. Xfinity X1 customers will get it in Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos this year. So if you happen to, pray to the Comcast Xfinity gods and still have that box, it pays off on this particular day because you get Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos. Now, I'm not saying it's going to look significantly better than the HDR that everybody else gets, but it does put your TV in a different mode and gives you some different options, and that can look really great. But I mean, you nailed it, Matt. Tubi edged out YouTube TV in terms of video quality for me. And I am interested to see this year how Peacock stands up to the YouTube TV NBC feed. They all make when we're talking about streaming, there are lots of different things happen at the last mile before it gets to your house, and so that can impact the stability of the signal, right, or the stream, I should say. And so there are other factors that we should talk about, besides video quality. One is the timeliness of the stream, and the other is the stability of the stream. If it's buffering or you're having trouble, abandon it. Just go where you can watch the game and enjoy it, right? But if you have the
especially
luxury
at those
of
big moments.
Yeah, exactly. But if you have the luxury of like watching it on whatever, I would say that I haven't experienced Peacock's 4K HDR experience very much. I'm going to upgrade my account specifically for this particular game, and so I can do that appraisal like I did last time. I'm going to sign up for YouTube TV for just 1 month so that I can check that out. I will break out the rabbit ears again and give it a go, even though I don't expect great things. I would say streaming is the best way to go. If it's stable in your area, you're liable to get a great picture. And the HDR, if you've not seen football in HDR, it looks so good.
Oh, it's life-changing.
It's just great.
It's a big upgrade.
For me, I mean, the color of the grass is one thing. It's significantly more vibrant. All the colors are. But for me, the big payoff, as silly as it seems, is the gleam of the stadium lights off of the super shiny helmets. Well, they're shiny to start with. After they bash into each other a few times, it's less shiny. But especially with deep, rich colors like you get on the Seahawks helmets, it's just delightful. You know what I mean? And it adds another element to an already big sports moment. And you know, we're all watching it together and we're all hearing each other cheer, whether you're down at the pub having some wings or sitting at home and, you know, grilling burgers, or in San Francisco, like a fancy person getting the royal VIP treatment at the location itself. Not jealous at all. It's just a fun time for everyone.
Yeah, no, the fine details really set apart, you know, HDR versus, you know, having something that is not broadcast in HDR. Go ahead, Max.
Yes, I was just going to say the stream that I'm going to go with this year is the one from Xfinity. They have a new technology called real-time 4K, which is supposed to broadcast in 4K, HDR, Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos support, everything, but only be like a couple of seconds behind what's going on the field. So it's supposed to be like the lowest latency 4K stream you can get. It's only available to X1 customers. I'm pretty sure my mom still has this box, so I'm hoping that she does, and she didn't get rid of Xfinity. That's the one that I'm going to go with, because it seems like it's going to be like the best balance of everything. It's a little bit exclusive. If you don't pay for Comcast cable, you're not going to get it, but pretty sure my mom does, so I'm going to give this one a shot and see how it goes. It sounds like it should be pretty high quality.
I mean, I think if I had that option, I'd probably be using it too, Max, honestly. And I forgot about that low latency thing. That was announced that it was going to be coming like a year or two ago. And it's awesome to see that they're actually delivering on that right now. That's probably the best way to go, honestly.
It sounds like they're going to use this for the Super Bowl and then immediately afterward during the Winter Olympics too. So it should be. Go ahead.
Yeah, pointing to the comments just for a second, we have Mara in the chat. She says, my favorite people all together, which is really great to say. Thank you for tuning in, Mara. Tuning in on Instagram, so that's one of the 4 platforms that we're on. And every time, Caleb, I don't know if you know this, every time there's a comment, these guys think they earn $1.
We all earn $1 per comment. That includes guests.
It's not a thing,
but the payout term is 200 years.
200 years. You caught that right. So, and then
he knows.
And then Kevin said generational wealth, which there's no interest, guys. It's not paying interest on this. So,
you need to set up a trust.
Adjusted for inflation 200 years later.
Thank you, Kevin.
Yeah, there you go.
Definitely not happening.
Kevin's kids.
It's got to be worth $2,000 by then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to do the math on that one day. And I'm not going to pay. So, so thank you, Mara, for your comment. Speaking of TVs, right? Like we talked about the broadcast. I'm going to be doing the opposite of Max and be testing out maybe the rabbit ears first. I'm going to be on my balcony with like the tin foil to kind of enhance it, those old tricks. But I'll see what the New York area can broadcast. And then I'll probably go and sign up for Peacock just to test that, because I heard that it's not, I think from our buddy Rich DeMiro, that they don't have a free tier, right? So you have to pay money, and they didn't have any deals for Black Friday, and now we know why. So they knew that they would get signups regardless. So why have a deal out there during Black Friday? So I'll be testing all of that.
We've all seen the ads, right? Where, you've got these phantom subscriptions that are just leeching you dry. You don't even know about it. This is going to be 100%. A new one for a lot of people are going to sign up for Peacock for the Super Bowl, promptly forgot they did that. And then I think Peacock's going to see a huge subscription boost. And I think that that tail's going to go long for them until people start realizing, hey, I'm paying $5.99 or $9.99 or whatever it is that you have to pay to get it. I have not looked. I'm sorry I didn't do my due diligence. I have not looked to find out what the cost is to get the Primo 4K HDR tier for Peacock. But I know most of these streaming services are locking up the best video quality and, multiple streams at once or whatever for their most premium tier. If somebody has a chance to look that up, that'd be amazing. But please don't be more than $20. That would be great.
Yeah,
$17.
Absolutely. I think Max is on that. 17.
Wow, looks like
That's wild.
Or $170 a year. Yeah. So it's like that's not a great price for Peacock. Is it worth 4K HDR though? I wonder.
You know what though? I mean, how much does it take to do like a pay-per-view like UFC championship or like boxing match though, right? At least back in the day it was at least $50, right? So
Yeah.
I mean,
If you're having a party and you're the one hosting, then I see it being worth that. But it's all the people who don't cancel, where they're like the next month they're like, I get charged another $17.
it's
I was
like
gonna
3
say,
bags
like-
of Tostitos these days, right?
It is,
Like
right.
you could probably afford to do it. I'm not going to harsh on them too much.
Right. A little bit of a tip in the points game. Amex, if you own have the platinum card, gives you a digital reimbursement every month. It's it'll more than pay for that if you're not using that. So that's kind of a little hack with the points game where you can kind of pay for Peacock and a couple other services. I think it's like $25 a month that they reimburse you for. So that's like a statement credit. Little thing I'm going to try. But yeah, turning to TVs, what's the best TV out there in your opinion right now to watch? I mean, there's so many great sets. People decide between OLED and mini LED TVs. What's in your house? What do you like these days?
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to be using for this particular Super Bowl, and then I'll make a few other recommendations.
Sure.
And it's not just because Mara's watching, although she will like this if she's still here, and if she's not, well, then that's her loss. But the Bravia 8 Mark II, Sony's #1 OLED TV. I would say if you have a 77-inch version of that guy, that's just about one of the best experiences you could possibly get. It is my favorite TV for overall picture quality. When you total up all the different aspects of picture quality, the Bravia 8 Mark II is currently still my favorite. Things could change in just a month or two, but right now it's my #1 favorite. And I have a 65-inch version that I am going to be setting up this weekend specifically for watching the game, because the other TV that I have in the house for testing right now is that ridiculous TCL X11L. This
Nice.
was arguably the most talked about TV at CES this year. I have a 98-inch version here right now that I'm actively testing, and I think this is going to be a great little test for that review narrative. And I want to see how the 4K HDR game looks on that versus something like the Bravia 8 Mark II. And see what the technology built into it does for that experience. Not just the fact that it's a big old TV, but the color on it and how that gets expressed, and also how well it does with motion and stuff like that. But if I set aside my reviewer hat, I get these amazing TVs for free to review hat, which very few people can relate to. Sorry, everybody. I would say that some of the, I recently did a segment with Rich DeMuro at KTLA and Rich on Tech, and I think a lot of people are looking for the best TV they can get at the biggest size they can get for the least amount of money they can get, right? Who wouldn't? So the TCL QM5K is at 65 inches, which I think is kind of the baseline now. Like, I don't know that many people are buying less than a 65-inch TV. $450 for a 65-inch TV with quantum dots is a pretty good. It's a pretty great set. I mean, $450 for a 65-inch TV is already fairly good, but for one of its quality is excellent. You can get an 85-inch TCL QM6K for under $1,000. And I think that's a pretty great deal. I believe that same model at 98 inches is under $2,000 right now. So those are all really great performance TVs for not a lot of money, and at very, very large sizes, which I feel like kind of coincides with the Super Bowl. And you notice those are all TCLs. No, I'm not on TCL's payroll, despite what the YouTube trolls say. Hisense also has some really incredible price to performance ratios, and I'd be looking at Hisense as alternatives as well. Those two companies are just offering really high value in televisions right now.
Absolutely.
I also, like I said, I love some of Sony's sets right now too. And by the way, with the TCL and the Hisense TVs, you can definitely go up in their product range and get, I mean, knock you out of the room picture quality without absolutely breaking the budget. So just remember it. I would say this: if you're going to go grab a TV for the Super Bowl, the number one thing I can tell you is you're going to have this TV for a long time, hopefully, well past the Super Bowl. Think about all the other things that you use it for, and don't just get the biggest thing that you can afford. Think about the overall quality and the experience that you're going to want to have down the road. Shut off the lights and have movie nights with the kids or whatever. You know, that's a whole different ball game. No, sorry. Than watching, than watching a sport event. So think of, don't do an impulse purchase. Take a second, take a breath, do a little research. I of course want you to come and see me at CalebRated, but also check out some of the other great television reviews that are available from a number of reputable reviewers out there. The good folks at The Shortcut included, and see what everybody's talking about, the same stuff, and for a reason, because those are the hot ones.
I can't move on from this. You made a second silly pun, and Max laughed hysterically.
I did.
Whenever I make puns, it's always greeted with groans. So I don't know what gives.
That's accurate.
Yeah.
See,
I'm a guest, dude. I'm a guest. He's just trying
He's
to
a
make me
guest.
feel
I
welcome.
know.
I see you every day, Matt. I hear your puns every day. I don't need to hear another one from you, but if a guest wants to make one, it's hilarious. You see the hypocrisy? That's where I live. I live in this very hypocritical. That's my lane, Matt.
I'm glad you recognize it. Okay, that's fair.
Also,
All
there's a
fair
difference. Matt is always proud of his puns, whereas Caleb
yeah.
will be like, "Haha, I made a bad joke."
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a difference.
I know what I did.
Yeah,
I know what I
my
did.
jokes. But my jokes are good. Caleb, are you on X as well? I'm just trying to tag you.
I am on X.
What's your name on X?
That's a great question. That's a great question. I think it's Caleb_Denison right now.
Oh, that makes the underscore.
I believe that is what the deal is. I'll double check it.
Yes.
It's been a while.
No, I got it.
Yep, it's at Caleb_Denison. And that's, I haven't opened a CalebRated one specifically for X yet. That's where, I share things personally as well as professionally there too.
Well, you're now tagged.
You know what? I wanted to say thank you for letting
in.
me talk so much, and sorry for talking so much, but
we love
it's been a
we love
riot
it.
to be with you guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So any parting wisdom on, just the sound quality, because that is something that you deal with as well. It's not just TVs. What pairs best? Like, sound bars are really hot right now. Surround sound speakers, not really as much of a seller these days, but what do you go with when it comes to the accessories to a TV? We'll kind of wrap it up there. Give us your best wisdom.
Never bet on the sound system built into your TV unless it's known for having a really solid sound system. Sony's OLED TVs in particular sound really good, but they are some of the few that do. And the reason they sound good is because the screen is making the sound and it's facing you. Unless your TV has a sound strip at the bottom with speakers that are facing you, the sound of that TV is probably not going to be very good because it's blasting that sound down at the ground or down at your TV stand. And despite all the processing tricks that they have integrated, despite the fact that the back of your TV might have subwoofers on it, it's almost always going to be a letdown. And I like to say even a modest soundbar, even without a subwoofer companion, even a modest soundbar is probably going to sound better than your TV does on its own, by the nature of the simple fact that the soundbar speakers are facing your face and thus your ears. And so I think that is the single best experience improvement accessory that you can buy when you're buying a TV. I would say it's necessary when you get a really big TV, because when you get a gigantic TV and it has little dinky sound, it tends to understate the hugeness of the object. That's a quote. And I feel like even a modest soundbar is going to help make the sound match the picture and its scale. And for something especially like the Super Bowl, I think that's really important. There's a lot of bone crunching action going on there. They usually do a pretty decent audio production for the halftime show that can be fun to listen to as well. So yeah, that's the deal. Soundbars are probably the easiest way to go. I will say that a lot of folks are rediscovering that they can just hook up their basic stereo system to their television with the right equipment and get an amazing sound out of that. It doesn't have to be surround sound anymore. A simple single soundbar below the TV, maybe with a subwoofer for some extra thump and some fun, and you're going to be better off than what the TV comes with.
These are all great tips. We're going to clip a lot of these segments and share them ahead of the Super Bowl, along with our exploration of the Sony headset that they use on the sidelines. A lot of great Super Bowl content. Caleb, thank you for joining us and adding to it, because it's coming up fast and it's going to be a lot of fun on Sunday. What's your dish of choice? Are you a wings person, or what are you going to have on Sunday?
That.
Yeah,
so
it's good.
I do love wings. I love them very much. And there is a spot. I just moved. I got a new spot here. There's a place not far away from me called Nom Nom Wings, and it's worth looking up. They also have some other delectable looking bites. And so I think I'm going to outsource the food this year. But I've been known to make some pretty great jambalaya for Super Bowl parties, which I know is not a very traditional Super Bowl dish, but man, I just love me some jambalaya, and it's fun to make. So not going to do that this year. I am definitely going to be getting some wings though, and chomping down on those. I'll try not to eat too many, and you guys do the same. Don't be irresponsible with your calories this Super Bowl.
Oh, that's what the Super Bowl is for, Caleb.
All right, you're right. Be very responsible. You're right.
One too many wings, one too many beers. We'll see if I
one too many hoagies. Right? As East Coast
You're
guys,
eating just whole sandwiches during the Super Bowl and that.
Oh, absolutely. So even on the West Coast, I try to find a good hoagie here. Successfully sometimes, other times not. Got to get it from, Elise Hoagies, or that is the favorite spot around us. So
I do love a cheesesteak too. I'm a big Philly cheesesteak fan too. As a lactose intolerant person who doesn't eat cheese, I get it without the cheese, but it's still a delicious sandwich.
There you go. All right, one more very important question for you, Caleb.
Go for it.
Patriots or Seahawks? Go.
I got to go Seahawks. Are you kidding me? I'm tired of the Patriots, for one thing. Sorry, guys. And for another, the Seahawks are the closest thing that Portland, Oregon has to a home team. Okay, otherwise, I got to go down to San Francisco, and I'm definitely not doing that. So go Hawks.
Completely fair take.
Max and I are just going to be replaying last year's Super Bowl where the Eagles won it. So that's we're just going to relive the dream.
Or do we just watch Nick Foles win the Super Bowl again and just rewatch 2018?
The best Super Bowl out there. So I still see clips of that. And they're like 10 years ago. I'm like, that was the best. So yeah, Caleb, thank you for joining us. Go check out Caleb's CalebRated Substack and the YouTube channel, and even on Instagram. I enjoy seeing your content pop up, and it's been successful, which is awesome to see. Thank you, Caleb.
Thank you, guys. I love all three of you. Have a great one. Enjoy your Super Bowl, and I hope to be back.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon. Awesome. Which one of the three of us does he like more is the question. That is first thing that pops in my head.
Matt, I'm pretty sure it's just you.
Yeah. Well, I control the dials, so
yes, you do.
Obvious.
If he says something wrong, you just switch him off.
Right? Yeah.
Kick him right off.
Let's talk about, we're wrapping up the Super Bowl content. NFL Sunday Ticket is already available for 2026 on YouTube TV. I've never subscribed to Sunday Ticket, but the fact that YouTube TV owns that now instead of DirecTV is kind of an amazing thing, that it just shows you traditional broadcast is just giving way to internet streaming and an internet streaming giant. So
it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, for YouTube to own Sunday Ticket, because the experience is so much better than it was with like DirecTV or something. I got Sunday Ticket this year because I don't get Eagles games living up here sometimes. So I need Sunday ticket. If I go to Vegas or something like that for work, I can't tune into basically any of the games that I want to watch on the East Coast. So
Right.
I think I pay like $20 a month or something like that for it, and it's
Mhm.
so worth it. I get like all the games that are not being broadcast on broadcast television right on my phone, and it's perfect. So they announced they already have 2026 Sunday ticket available for purchase. They announced it on Reddit, which I thought was super random. But if you're dying to get Sunday ticket for next year already, you can go and subscribe, get like a nice discount. Yeah, it's already somehow available. We also got a super chat from our good friend Atomic Dog. Remember, you promised to share. Go Patriots!
Right.
Thank you very much for the super chat. Go Patriots! Yeah, man. I don't know what
Love
the hell
seeing.
Caleb was talking about. Seahawks. Who are the Seahawks?
Right. I appreciate the super chat. It just alerts people that we do accept super chats in that is a YouTube exclusive feature. But thank you for the $3, Atomic Dog. And you also commented yesterday. So amazing to see that feature getting utilized. Or, if people want to subscribe to theshortcut.com, we do have a membership there. But we're streaming free every day. So we welcome all comments, even when they do cost me money. But he's taking care of Mara's comment, basically, that, redistribute that wealth. So very cool to see.
Love it.
All right. So there is more than just Super Bowl news. We're talking about the iPhone 18 Pro Max. We've been talking about the iPhone Fold for so long that you kind of forget that the Pro Max is also coming out. That is the phone that I think a lot of early adopters are going to pass up because they're going to, if this fabled iPhone Fold comes about in September, they're probably going to choose the iPhone Fold over the Pro Max. But still exciting for a lot of people who do not want to live that foldable lifestyle and want the top tier phone. Max,
Exactly.
What do you got on this? It's a leak from Weebio, which is a forum basically in China. What's the latest rumor that you're seeing out there?
Yeah, so it looks like the iPhone 18 Pro Max is going to have even better battery life than the 17 Pro Max did this year. So the current speculation is that the battery is going to increase from 5,088 milliamp hours to 5,200 milliamp hours. It's not like a monumental jump by any means, but together with the new A20 Pro chip that we expect to be in the new phones this year, with the C1X modem and the N1 chip that powers like Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and stuff, all these chips are supposed to be way more power efficient. So you're going to get increased power efficiency on top of a bigger battery with this phone. 17 Pro Max already lasts me like day and a half to 2 days on a charge sometimes if I'm like not really using my phone that much. Like I'll go to bed sometimes, I have like 75% left after getting up at like 8 a.m. So this phone might wind up being almost a 3-day phone.
Wow.
Amazing.
With everything combined. Go ahead.
And you kind of alluded to the chipset. Is sometimes it's like the battery capacity is very important, but the chipset is also what drains your battery less as these chipsets advance. We see that in Android Snapdragon phones every year, where it's like, yes, the battery life's the same, but the power efficiency of the chips year over year increases, where it drains your battery less, and also you're being more productive. They said the same thing about connectivity. If you have more advanced speeds like 5G, you're getting stuff done quicker on your phone, a lot more, ability to multitask. And then you kind of lock your phone and it's taking up less battery that way. So that's the fact that the capacity is increasing and the chipset is going to be more efficient. That all kind of ties into having a better phone experience, especially for people who are upgrading from, I saw an iPhone 12 mini out there recently, and it's just like,
oh boy,
that is going to be such an upgrade when the iPhone 18 series comes out.
That phone had such bad battery life to begin with. Like, could you imagine jumping from a 12 mini to whatever this 18 Pro Max is supposed to be? Even to like,
am I holding a power bank?
It's going to be nuts.
It's going to be life-changing for that person. Yeah. And I'm kind of jealous a little bit because upgrading year over year, we test out the latest and greatest phones in the shortcut. It's great. We love that. But it's iterative at that point, and
everything kind of blends together at some point, right? Like all the little upgrades along the way, they always add up to something more if you're going from like a 12 or 13 to a 17. But for us, we're going from the 16 Pro Max to the 17 Pro Max. I'll go to the 18 Pro Max. I'm probably barely going to notice a difference beyond the battery life, but I'm good with that.
Yeah, and we're not complainers in any way, because we see these comments all the time, especially in the replies to my post about like, oh, nothing changed. Everything, like when the S26 comes out, right? Rumored to be late February, so later this month. The rumor, I think, is like the 25th. Someone pegged it at, but there going to be comments on Twitter that says nothing changed. It looks the same. It's like, even when it does change and it's a significant update, people just love to use that. There are things that change, but it's minor when you're doing it year over year. Going to the next story, iPhone 17e could be less than 2 weeks away. So that's something I'm going to change to when that comes out, and I review it every year. The iPhone 17e is kind of the budget phone, if Apple has a budget phone. What do you think of this, Max?
Yeah, it's the weird, like, mid-range-esque entry-level iPhone. Like, Apple wants you to pay a premium for everything. They also want you to pay a premium to get a cheap phone. They introduced the iPhone 16e last year after running the iPhone SE 3 for like, what was that, 3 years, I guess?
Yeah.
With like the 4.7-inch screen and the huge bezels and everything. They got rid of that. They switched to a more modern design with the 6.1-inch screen.
They increased the price a little bit.
Increased the price by $150, I think it was.
Yeah, that was significant.
Yeah, like that's a huge jump. So now it's $599. With the 17e, we're expecting it to stay mostly the same. Still a 6.1-inch screen and everything. Still a single 48-megapixel camera on the back, which kind of sucks. Still no dynamic island. Probably still a notch at the top of the screen. The things that will change, like the chipset should be upgraded from the A18 to the A19, which is the same chip in the regular iPhone 17. C1X modem for 5G, which will be more power efficient, probably deliver a little bit longer battery life. The N1 chip for Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and Thread support. And this one may also come with Qi 2 MagSafe charging. So the 16e does not currently support MagSafe. We all thought that was very weird when it came out. Looks
astonishing.
Like might change that. Yeah, it was very strange.
MagSafe has been something that it's been in the iPhone since what, like the iPhone 12?
Yeah,
something around there. And the fact that a new phone came out in 2025 and it didn't have MagSafe, and yet it increased about $120 year over year, that surprised me. It's the one thing. Yeah. They also came out with only 2 colors last year. That was the other complaint in my, with the pros and cons section on the shortcut. That was what I the 2 things, the MagSafe and the fact that there were 2 colors and they took away one. They used to have a red iPhone SE 3. And when they upgraded to the 16e, they had a little less variety, but you're still paying more. So so hopefully we see some changes there for those 17e users. It's not for early adopters, which is like, I'd say half of our audience loves the upgrades. Others are a little more skeptical. They're the moms and dads who wanted a PS5 for their kid and just couldn't find it anywhere and turned to me. Those are the people who are a little bit, they're not the early adopters necessarily. So we do have some appeal on the shortcut for phones like the 17e. So we do go out of our way to review those as well. Yeah. Not just the latest and greatest, but also the latest and sometimes, 4th tier as it were in the Apple.
I feel like the iPhone 16e or 17e, sorry, will have the most trouble this year because the iPhone 17 is so much better. For $200 more, you get a ProRes screen, you get a much brighter screen.
That's exactly right. It's a lot more modern. It has 2 cameras on the back. Battery life is great. The ProMotion is such a huge difference. I feel like for entry level phone buyers. Plus, everybody's buying these things on carrier plans anyway. Nobody's buying them like outright. So like the $200 savings, like you're not even really going to notice it in the grand scheme of things. Like if you're just paying for this thing on a monthly installment plan over 3 years, you may as well just get the 17 at that point.
Yeah.
That's what makes it difficult to review the 16e last year. I will say the thing that kind of did it for me is like it's a phone for my parents, right?
Right.
The $100 trade-in on their old phone, I think they had an SE2 or SE3, that does go a little bit a way to have $599 be $499, which is close to the original price. But you do have to make that concession of handing in your old phone and doing that, getting that trade-in value. But yes,
Exactly.
the 17 being very, very good for $200 more, it makes the proposition a little bit tough for 17E.
It should be
Good-
really
good point.
interesting. It sounds like this phone might launch on the 19th of February, which is less than
Okay.
2 weeks away. February 19th is also the day that it launched. The 16E launched last year. So there could be some truth to that. Apple doesn't usually announce phones on a Thursday. That's like the one thing they
Right.
kind of don't do.
A little odd.
It's a very weird date. So like that's the only time I've seen this leak one time.
Okay.
So we'll have to see what happens. I'm sure we'll learn more about this phone if that's the actual launch date. But yeah, I'm kind of curious as to whether they'll include MagSafe this time around.
We'll keep our ears perked up because of that, but otherwise, it may or may not be the actual date. We'll see.
Exactly.
Atomic Dog
Yeah,
has another
Kevin.
comment.
Oh, good. What do we
He
got?
said,
Good.
so many viewers on X, but I'm glad you're streaming on YouTube also, Matt.
We try to be equal opportunity streamers. We love all platforms. We don't have a particular one, although, the big following is on X, and that's where we get, we're breaking 100,000 views on there on a routine basis, depending on the topic, which the algorithm loves to throw us around, throw us a curveball sometimes. But that is, we love YouTube. YouTube has the comments. They have the ability to do the super chats.
Super chat.
And we're going to grow there. So thank you for your comments, your super chats, and just your loyal viewing. Love that.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, and I love when I see people join on Substack. Now there's a Substack TV app, so Substack is really growing, and we're going to talk about, like, if you came a little bit late, check out Rewind, check out Caleb's tips for the Super Bowl TV watching. We talked about some iPhone stuff, but iPad is also getting an update. Kevin, why don't you tell us about that? The iPad 12
could get Apple Intelligence thanks to updated specs. It's rumored to be upgraded to, according to Mac Octakara.
Yeah, it's such a weird name. It's a Japanese blog that we follow sometimes
I
for
see.
Apple leaks. They leak some things before too.
Nice.
So apparently might get A18, 8 gigabytes of RAM. That'll enable Apple Intelligence. Likely to have the same screen. That's not a surprise. They just made that new chassis like 2 years ago or something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
So 10.9-inch screen, Touch ID, colorful design, and unclear when it could be announced, but it'll be the same time around iPhone 17e.
It could be. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense for, they usually have multiple days of press releases that go out for, things that are not centered around a launch event. And that is an upgrade that could happen. It seems like the budget tier will all launch at the same time of what Apple puts out there. So, and it still sells so much, especially during Black Friday. These, the new iPad that's at the basic level.
It's still
for almost
350,
11
right?
inches.
I think. The
Yeah,
base
it's
iPad?
No, it's a little bit more than that.
It increased a little bit. Let's see what it's at now, because it increased, but they also have
Sales all the time.
Right. The Black Friday sales kind of make you think it's the old price. $349 for 128 gigs. So yeah,
That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
That is a good deal, especially with prices increasing. RAM is definitely a hot topic right now. But yeah, that's it. Depending on where you get it from, you could probably get it for cheaper during Black Friday. And holidays. Yeah.
More than likely, yeah.
Very
Also,
cool.
iPads. I mean, iPads usually sell all year round.
Right.
You got Adam. What's up, gents?
Right.
Thanks.
Oh,
Our good friend Adam
yes.
from Anchor.
Thanks for checking in. Thanks for watching.
Of course, we got to get Adam on. And bummed I missed Caleb. You can always rewind. It's a feature of a live video production that I really like. Sometimes when you tune into live productions, you can't rewind, like sports games in certain from certain broadcasters or Apple events. That's a feature that we just have to wrap our heads around sometimes, because sometimes we want to clip something or, find something for our live blog. Oh, what did Tim Cook say? And just rewind it. Yeah, you can't do that even on YouTube for Apple live streams, but you can here. So that's a really good thing. We have about 10 minutes left. We are going to go and talk about Google, and that they're having more Android devices that will get AirDrop, the sharing feature that is out there. Max, this is a very, very good thing. It's currently on Pixel phones, and Nothing and Qualcomm have both said they plan to support the feature soon in future devices. Having this AirDrop be on Android phones is a big deal, because sending files is very quick and easy among iPhone users. I really like this feature. Where are we going to see this next?
Yeah, so it sounds like Google's just planning to partner with more smartphone makers to integrate whatever this hack is that they concocted in their labs to tie Quick Share into AirDrop. So last November, Google just randomly said, hey guys, we got Quick Share to work with AirDrop on the Pixel 10. We're going to just release it to everybody. And I was like, what? How did they never explained how they did this. They have no public reasoning behind it, but it does work. You can use Quick Share on a Pixel 10 and AirDrop something to an Apple device. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
So it sounds like whatever this hack is, they're going to expand this to more devices over time. It looks like we're going to get a bunch more this year. Google has not publicly said which devices are going to get it. Nothing is hinted that they're going to do something with it. Qualcomm said something about it. I don't necessarily know what that means, because Qualcomm is in every Android phone.
Yeah.
So
pretty much.
I guess, maybe it'll be in the S26. I'm just making guesses here. I have no information on that. It could be that, but no, it sounds like more devices this year are going to get it, which is a huge plus. It's going to help to break down some of that walled garden situation.
Absolutely. It is something that's needed. I think Samsung previously had the best implementation. It was still complicated, where you could share something with a friend through scanning a QR code on their iPhone, and it kind of worked. But this is just one less layer to go through by having pretty much natural AirDrop. There are some little kinks where you have to share with everybody because that person's not in your iPhone contact list, but still it works, and we love it. We love to see, across the board, the interoperability of this technology take off, and then next time maybe iMessage and FaceTime will come to Android. Doubt it, but
RCS is there. Thinking, Matthew.
RCS is there to help combine the worlds. Adam says also, I'm truly excited for that.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
That's the third or fourth comment from Adam. And
there's a fifth one. There's a fifth one today. The shortcut, better than Apple 2026.
He could have put it on one line, guys.
He's racking
cost me $5.
Keep it coming.
Yeah. Right?
Wow. So 7 comments so far, Matt. 7 comments. But with the $3 super chat that we got from our friend Atomic Dog, that means you only owe us $4. So
still losing money. Still losing money. No.
You were in the black, but now you're in the red.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got 2 more stories to cycle through before we cycle out of here for the weekend. Nvidia is reportedly, it won't release, is reportedly, a graphics card this year, any new graphics card. And that's a story that we saw on Engadget that kind of piqued our interest, because they're the GPU top dog right now, right? Kevin, does this mean we're not going to lock you in the components closet that we have at the Shortcut Studios, at the Swider Studios, whatever we're going to call it?
Well, I am still planning on calling in some new GPUs, but they won't be new ones, because apparently, this is a report according to the information, Nvidia has pushed back its plans to release a updated RTX 50 line in 2026. This would have been RTX 5060, 5080, 5070 Super. Their Super GPUs are always their mid-cycle GPU releases. Apparently, reportedly tight GDDR7, that's the video RAM, video memory supply has been tight, and there's also been more prioritization on AI, and that's shifted NVIDIA's priorities. Also, this apparently will not just affect super GPUs, but also the next 60 series, 60 6080, 6090. Those won't release even farther out. That's been pushed farther out.
It's kind of in the same vein of we saw the Steam Deck, or not Steam Deck, the Steam machine get pushed back a little bit into an ambiguous first half release date, and it was supposed to come out in Q1, so the first 3 months, like basically, in the next month it would come out. Nope, because of RAM prices, we're seeing a lot less. We're seeing companies hold back on their technology, which is not a great thing. Some people have requested that I start a tracker for RAM. It's a great idea. It's tough to find winners out there in this game where memory prices are, at face value. So maybe that's a thing that we will continue to work on, kind of like we did for the PS5 and the Nintendo Switch 2. But there's definitely a growing need on the B2B side and the consumer side for RAM to be the tightness of that to be alleviated.
Anything.
So yeah,
cars, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been kind of the hot topic that's out there, but the fact that it's affecting Nvidia, which is a huge company worth trillions of dollars, there's no one safe, basically.
Yeah.
All right, last 2 or so minutes. X introduces a new collaborative notes feature that's powered by AI. Max, what do you think of this? We use X all the time, so we'd love to give updates to our biggest share of the audience. They're always coming out with something new, which I kind of love. What do you think of this? What's this going to do for me?
It's interesting. So with the community notes feature, which a lot of people have grown to love on X, it sort of helps to keep topics, relatively safe from fake news. And, we have professional fact checkers now on X to just try to push the truth forward a little bit. With community notes, they're introducing a new thing called collaborative notes, where if you want to add a community note to a post to try to prove something right or wrong, you can ask it to generate one with AI. And so it'll generate a note, leave it on the post, and then other people can go in and sort of touch the note. They can revamp it if they need to. It's, I guess, like a sort of a way to kickstart a community note. Right now, only top writers in the community notes program can use it. It's only available for English language posts at the current time, but they're going to expand this whole thing to, I'm sure, other languages and parts of the world eventually. But it's just like another example of X experimenting with AI, trying to figure out, like what should we do with it? How factual is AI? Can we, keep up with the latest trends and the latest information that's coming out? Hopefully it doesn't hallucinate too much. We'll have to wait and see, but it seemed like a kind of an interesting experiment.
The fact that AI is doing it, that we usually throw a caution flag, but there's humans determining whether or not it's a worthy community note. I am one of those people that does vote on these community notes. I am one of these I forget what they call them, but members of that note community.
Yeah. And I think I'm in that too. I think I got in like early or something. So I'm technically rolled into that, but I barely touch it.
Yeah. I don't have many that get voted up because you rely on other people having at least a little bit of interest in the note that you write. But the one that got voted and is now displayed on a video, it is when Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez broke up. And there was a fake video of him, Ben Affleck already, I guess, pre-breakup, hanging out with another woman. And the title said, oh, he's already cheating on Jennifer Lopez with another woman, a big party girl, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, that's an old video. So to get people's approval, I had to make it a little bit humorous. I said, this is a video from October 2019, not as the post strongly implies, a recent video of actor and Dunk King's band member Ben Affleck following his recent breakup with J-Lo. Because that commercial just came out, the Dunk Kings thing. And that was the only reason people rated it helpful, was I put a little topical humor in there. So
I'm so glad that you're doing the Lord's work, Matt.
It is so important to get those community notes out there, right? Especially on the big controversial topics of J-Lo and Ben Affleck. So very cool feature.
Looks like our friend
we got one other
Adam.
comment?
Yeah, looks like our friend Adam from Anchors. Yeah, Kevin and Max each get $5 in 2046. Why am I waiting 30 years for this $5 bill? What is that about?
Yeah, I agree with that. It's 200 years. Let's get this straight.
I don't appreciate that. I'd like the $5 now. I'm hungry. I'm starving. I haven't eaten in a week because Matt hasn't
I've already
paid up.
pre-ordered a meal for 2046.
Maybe I should do the same.
I'm just leaving pamphlets in the office all the time saying how great fasting is. So these guys, jump on that topical bandwagon stuff.
Spiritual journey, fasting with Matt Swarber.
Atomic Dog says, have a great weekend. And on that note, we're going to go away until Monday. So have a great weekend, Top Dog. And yeah, we will definitely be watching the Super Bowl, testing it all out. We'll be back, not in 23 hours this time because we take Saturday and Sunday off, but on Monday. And we will have the post Super Bowl wrap up and talk about all the commercials and so forth. Any tech companies that premiere commercials there, like Anthropic and so forth. But guys, I will see you back in the office next week. And have a great weekend to you and everybody watching. I am headed on a plane to go back home. Lovely time in San Francisco. Let's say goodbye and keep the recaps liked and subscribed. We're gonna clip some of the fun stuff from Caleb today. Thank you, Caleb, for joining us. And we will see you on Monday. Bye.
Have a good
Go
weekend.
Pats.